Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Oath of Speaker of the House of Representatives. I,
Abbas Tajuddin,
do solemnly affirm that I will be faithful.
You see that? See, it's like when I was reading this uncompleted, a lot of you are also writing the uncompleted project too. It's all scam, fraud. Dangote refinery uncompleted. The people who told you that Dangote refinery is going to start giving you petrol in July, the same people also gave Dangote the license to import fuel to Nigeria. You see the scam? You this Mayegun, you don't want Nigeria to. Not me, it's not me. I'm only telling you that the people that are scamming you, you are encouraging it. Now, when they finally scam you, and you see that you have believed, your faith, your belief is on lies. A lot of you don't have the courage to come back and say, you are still ready to believe another lie from them. Dangote refinery. In fact, Dangote refinery. Now, Dangote is going to be importer of petrol. The subsidy they told you they were removing, they will pay it to Dangote now. It's called scam. Systemic scam. They closed the border. They gave importation license to Dangote alone. And then Nigeria is going to be great. You this Mayegun, I know that Nigeria is it's not me. I'm not the one who is holding Nigeria not to be great. I am telling you the criminals, what they are doing to hold you down, but you believe strongly in your mumunity. Your mumunity, I've been a mumunity. It's so crazy, isn't it? Thieves should do the right thing. Who does that? Okay. Let's go further. Now, after the swearing for the new speaker, so the guy said, give me some time. I'm going to be telling you what we are going to be doing, legislative, blah, 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 nonsense. Now, all that bobo. The business is that after this old noise, everybody settle down and say, oh yeah, waiting the ground. Oh yeah, committee. I want to be the chairman of this committee. Oh, I need to be a member of that committee. Oh, you must pay me back. Oh, you say you get, So we're going to get to that. The scandal is going to start. For the first time in a long time, they are going to impeach Senate president. They are going to impeach speaker under this Tinubu. Go and write it down. Sure you get. The moment your Supreme Court, your judiciary, we in done one already. Once they behave themselves, and they legitimize the fraud under Tinubu, you're going to hear that they are about to impeach Senate president. So for now, enjoy all the show where all your thieves have been picked from everywhere to come and feast on you. Okay? So Akpabiole. No, before Akpabiole, let's go to Ajas. So Ajas, Tajuddin Abba. Why did I call him Ajas? Like dogs. Ajas. Oh, I'm so sorry if your name is Abbas, all right? I don't know where that came from. So it's going to make you feel like, my name is Abbas, don't call me Ajas. I don't know, I'm sorry. So maybe we should just say Ajasko, because the guy looks like one anyway, right? Pretending to be serious. We are coming to come on. Iro, Iro. In another few days, una go know it in day.
Before us, jointly, we shall introduce reforms and innovations for the benefit of Nigerians. In the few weeks, we shall be reeling out the legislative agenda that will shape the 10th House of Representatives. We shall work closely and interdependently with the executive and judiciary to give Nigerians the good governance they deserve. We shall stand at a crucial juncture in our nation's history where challenges are bound, but so do opportunities. We will champion legislations that will uplift the lives of our fellow citizens, promote social justice, and drive sustainable development.
Lori ira, ole, ni won. See, me. Somebody said, see this guy, obedient are your client, continue to cash out. You may be new. Some of you, who finally ended up she Oriburuku under Bokuwari. Listen to me. 8 years ago, some of those who later she Oriburuku under Bokuwari, whose businesses and lives were destroyed and ruined and completely, some of them 8 years ago, okay, they were telling me, they said PDP was paying me. I was telling them that they are about to destroy their lives. They are about to ruin everything that kind of make them human. The same way I'm saying right now. Some of them that later shori buruku, like I'm saying, that later became unfortunate. So some of them have run away from Nigeria. Eventually, they've left Nigeria. Some didn't make it out of Nigeria. Some of them, they are the symbol, the figure. You know, when they say poverty capital of the world, Nigeria, the poverty capital of the world. If you want to see the textbook definition of that poverty capital of the world, some of those that were trying to gaslight Mayegun then, thinking this is kind of a game or a joke, it's because you don't like him. It's because you don't wish Nigeria well. 8 years ago, to pada shiori buruku, pada shiori buruku under APC. 8 years ago, instead of you to listen so clearly, you were busy telling me, now PDP, they pay you. Buhari will surprise you. Buhari will fix Nigeria. You this enemy of Nigeria. That your naira became a tissue paper. That so many of you ended up as slaves in the camp of your kidnappers. When you now became the trash of the world, put it that way, the poverty capital of the world, the most terrorized people in the world, guess something, Nobody, none of you, probably remember, or maybe not all of you, but some of you will later come back and say, so this guy was actually trying to warn us about what these people are going to do to us. So gaslighting Mayegun, you see, some people have already called me. They said that, what did they call, what will you call this? Yeah, the Igbos are funding you. Some said the Igbos are funding you. This one are funding you. But today is the obedience. See, when the shege starts, unfortunately, it's not going to be limited to you as Shiri. So some of you are not even in Nigeria. Here you get. But Bokwari did this worse to the point that some of you, even from that you are abroad, today you can't even go back to that Nigeria in what they finally did. So yeah, if you have anything to cash out from Mayegun's diary political, it is going to be a common sense. Trust me, it's just the common sense. And I've told people, I said, it's not about what you wish. You know what I mean? Like, this Mayegun doesn't wish this country well. It's not what you wish. If you're in your own warped mind, now because Mayegun no like, and Mayegun no want Nigeria to succeed, that is why, or Mayegun is always happy that Nigeria is not good. And you are angry because Mayegun that's your perception, Abi. But the criminals who are destroying Nigeria that you love, your wish is that they should succeed. Is that not your wish? Let's be honest. Is that not your wish? So that you can come here one day and say, hey, Mayegun, look at it. Oh, our life done better. Oh. A lot of you waited for 8 years. 8 years on Mayegun's diary political. So that you can have one thing, just one thing to brag about and tell Mayegun, see, Mayegun, apart from the renewal of your slave certificate, sure you get, which is something that is not worthy of pride. You destroy yourself, you destroy your everything, you become more kind of, of a lesser value. In the eyes of these people, they dehumanize you, unfortunately. But every day you wish you have something. And I said, if wishes were horses, you beggars will ride. Who doesn't want to see a safe country? Who doesn't want to read about a prosperous country where jobs are being created, not lost, where standard of living are improving, where pensioners are being paid as at when due, where all of you who actually work are being paid what is deserving. Economy that runs on hard work, not on corruption. All of these are life-changing things that cannot be hidden. That somebody like them or doesn't like them, they can't be hidden. Hey, but he's constructing the Lagos Ibadan. Why don't you talk about the Olori Buruku ni eni? Olori Buruku ni eni? Because look at it this way. Politicians like Bokwari and gang, who have now abandoned over 16 trillion naira project abandoned. But you want me to come and make you feel good because you saw katakata along Lagos Ibadan Expressway yesterday. They are already working there. I should praise them because at least they are working there. You know who is called the Wale Babalakin? For example, Wale Babalakin. I was just about a 16 years old or 17 years old boy when Wale Babalakin and his company by Courtney, when they have been doing that same patch on Lagos Ibadan Expressway since Obasanjo's time. Olori Buruku ni eni. Now in 2023, you want somebody like me in 2023 to now come around and say, let us thank the federal government. They have started patching the Lagos Ibadan Expressway up to Ishagamu. Now, these are the things that we know the whole act behind it. So at the end of the day, 16 trillion naira budget or 16 trillion naira projects that ordinarily should be serving you, improving your economy, improving your standard of living, like really, really helping, they are abandoned. But you as serious, want people to praise them. And you said, because they don't wish Nigeria well, that is why you are living in a shit hole. No, that's not why. If wishes were horses, if all of you are wishing for better thing, you are even praying for it. In that wretchedness, hopelessness, right? You are praying to the criminals who brought about the hopelessness to you. How do you expect something to be different? It's never going to be different. So when I see thieves and we point them out, you look at us and you say, now because we don't like them. Why would you like thieves? Like a grade Z in Abibao. 2023, career thieves are going to be in charge of your destiny. And you are so comfortable with it that you became uncomfortable when they are telling you that you will scream, like you think, say, you look at this, so me, I know they wish you bad, though. I am telling you the consequences of what you are wishing yourselves. And I'm using the past examples, still using the same characters or the same criminals. So, here you get Akpabiole. Off your mic. Thief is your Senate president. It shouldn't be shocking, no. Drug dealer, drug baron is your president. Boko Haram sympathizer, terrorist sympathizer is your vice president. The two of them can't get one thing in common. They are ethnic bigots. You get? So, I don't know what Shege go look like, whether na purple or red. When I see Akpabiole, I don't feel like laughing. Honestly speaking, I feel sorry for a lot of you. Yes. You know, it will take time. Listen, you see, when I first started the Mayegun's Diary Politico, some of these humbled slaves and sophisticated morons, okay? Let me put it this way. If you are non-Yoruba, okay, when you see Nigerians, when you see the Lagos Abobakus, this, uneducated, miseducated, unemployed, unemployable, political cretins. When the failure that they represent, the failure of Nigeria, okay, that they represent, when that hits them, they are so cowardized, right, to confront their own demon. The choice of empowering their own criminal, thieving, kleptomaniac oppressors, instead of facing them squarely and say, we gave you the chance to change our life, we gave you this to change our life, but you've made our life worse. Instead of them to face them squarely, they will begin to blame other people for why their lives are horrible. Let me explain that. When I started Mayegun's Diary Political, when I first started, I called it Mayegun's Diary. It was my own online diary to register my total displeasure and disappointment with everything Nigeria. That's why I started my diary. So those who were the early callers back then, those who used to use the political correctness to gaslight you, to shut you up, their usual lines back then were, my friend, you should thank your own God. Leave Nigeria problem, okay? God has helped you. You have already been in the UK. My friend, face your life. Leave Nigeria problem, leave Nigeria issue. Face your life. You okay? This were their own subtle way of saying, stop criticizing our leaders, our criminal leaders. All of them are thief. Nigeria can never be better. Mayegun, see, my brother, Nigeria can never be better. Face your life in the UK. Leave us here. Just leave Nigeria. Leave Nigeria and Nigeria problem. Then I was explaining to them that Nigeria problem is not Nigeria problem without the Nigerians. Sure, you get that you have left Nigeria. You are no longer living in Nigeria. Does not spare you from being affected with everything happening in Nigeria. So I spent years explaining this to a lot of people who are not living in Nigeria, by making them realize that whatever you are supporting back in Nigeria, indirectly, you are digging your own graves too. And eventually you're going to fall into it. So I started opening people's mind and eyes to why they cannot keep quiet because they have left Nigeria. Because the criminals in Nigeria, they will do it so worse that even you that is not in Nigeria will become victims of everything wrong with Nigeria. Today, I have been proven right anyway. Face your life. Leave us alone. So when that didn't work, they started saying, are you trying to say that you have a better life than us? Is it because you are in the UK, you think you can just talk anyhow? You think you can just talk about our leaders like that? You are just insulting elders. Don't you have any respect? They were angry. They said I was insulting criminals because they are their leaders. They are their elders. Didn't I have home training? I've been doing this, by the way, for over 10 years. Just in case if this is your second time, third time, first month, first week, or even first year of watching Mayegun, I have been doing this for 10 years. So you can tell why I sounded more like a teacher. They say, I love the analyst and all of that because I speak from experience that I've gathered for over the years. I know my audience very well. So well. And that is why when I use my languages and all of that, I don't give a damn how you feel. Because those who know Mayegun very well knows that I know my audience. So they started trying to do comparative check. Don't worry. Comparative, it means that they are comparing. Don't look at this one, he's always talking about Nigeria. Meanwhile, people like him, na dead people that they wash for UK, na plate that they wash, na yansh that they wash, Look at him, he's looking like is your life better than our life, Mayegun? Look at this boy. Is your life better than our life? Because we are in Nigeria, does that mean that your life is better? These are people who are from the basket of this poverty, who will later become the basket of this poverty capital of the world. Urgent 2K, please help me. Please now. They started attacking me, trying to make me feel like what I was exposing, the criminals I was talking about, the consequences of their actions that I keep raising my voice about for years was because I wanted to show to them that I have a better life than them. I was like, no, of course I have better life than you. All you have, because you see, in Nigeria, one thing I discovered is that there are people with a lot of money, so much money, but they are poor people living in the poverty capital of the world. That's the only place such people could actually have such money. Sure, you understand, see? So therefore, those who don't have money, they always believe that once you have money, your life is sorted. The Nigerian mentality. I have a better life than you. Whether you are driving a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, whether you are living in a palace or you are living in a mansion in Nigeria, I am living a better life than you. That's a fact, but that is not why I'm doing what I am doing. The reason why I'm doing what I am doing is because as much as you spend much of your time defending criminals who are stealing your future, by the time you arrive at that future they are telling you and you meet nothing, then you realize that you have believed nothing. The good life that I have finally got to know is that it's not how much money I have. It's actually what I have access to. The freedom I cannot have access to. Things that I can do without having to be the son of this or son of that. Without anybody having to look at me and say, who is your father? I can sleep in my house with my 2 eyes closed. Something that is a luxury for so many of you that you even spend a lot of money. Yet you are not safe. You have the money, of course, but you are living in a world whereby your money cannot even buy you any peace of mind in Nigeria of today. You know it. You do. I don't need a lot of money to actually live a meaningful life. A life that is not life of greed, life of oppression and the rest of that. Okay. So, you can use that on me. That didn't work. I say, this guy, that one no work. Let's go to another one. And that's why they have been coming up with different ones and different ones and all of that. But I will never stop telling you the consequences of your decisions. I am not directly affected. Of course, I am not. But when I see thieves, I know what they gathered for. They don't gather because of anything good. I have seen it happen again and again and again. You must be so daft or a very, very greedy criminal yourself to expect thieves, career thieves, to suddenly change. My effort then was that maybe if I have a chance, how naive of me. When I started my Egun's Diary Political, I was like, I am going to show all of you what UK look like. So that when you are watching me in Shagamu, when you are watching me right there in Adodo, or you are there watching me in Ekiti, or somewhere in Olu, or far away in Zamfara, I want to show to you that you don't need angels. You don't need saints. You don't need whatever any other thing that some of you are praying for to run a country or run a community and then make it more like a real place, a real country. So I would turn on. I was riding a bicycle. You know, get job. Some of them are saying, I don't get job. I will be riding my bicycle. I'll be showing everybody. See, this one, our boss, there's no thug, no tout. Nobody is collecting a order. Look at this, no police checkpoint collecting money. Look at that one. I was doing all of that. So they were more interested in me shutting up. So I didn't shut up. So fast forward to 10 years later. So some of you newbies, Indomie generation, you suddenly found your voices. You also found your own strength on social media to defend the criminals who have mortgaged your life. They've mortgaged your future. It's not that what I say to you. They have stolen what will actually make life meaningful for many of you. A lot of you are going to grow old. You are going to grow poor. It's not because God doesn't love you. Do you understand that? It's not because God, in Jesus' name, I will not be poor. Are you sure? Can't you just see your own father and your mother? Look at your parents. Be honest with yourselves. Look at your parents and tell me, why are they not kind of comfortable enough? Why do you have to go through hell? Why they were raising you? Did they not know how to pray very well? Are they not that smart? Do you think they are not smart? They couldn't have become a Tinubu or anything, Abi. They don't know God, Abi. You will find out later. It's not what I'm not wishing you anything different from what you are wishing yourself. Yeah, no. So you can come up with anything or anything that makes you feel better. You just let us pray for Nigeria. You have the biggest churches and the biggest mosques. The Abuja Mosque cost Nigeria 1.2 billion naira to build. Abuja Mosque. So which means the prayer you say inside that Abuja should be automatic, final. If you go to Redeem Church, Redemption Camp, where all of you are going to go and pray every year for better Nigeria, for this and that in your life, but yet your life remain even worse off. But you won't tell yourself that. Because to you, maybe God is punishing you. No be so. So you let us pray for that. If you want to pray for Nigeria, why don't you go to Shiloh, go to Redeem, go to Foursquare, go to Nasfati, join prayer point for Nigeria to be better. Even if they are deceiving you, is it not time for you to even tell yourself that there are some things that doesn't make any sense? I'm not saying you shouldn't wish. Keep wishing. I will be here. Yeah, I will be here. Yeah, if I'm lucky enough and I live long enough. Because I know some of you have already told me there's something should happen to me, this and that. That's not how it works. You cannot put thieves in charge of your government and then turn to God to help you change them if you are not mad. Throw back in shit with it. You know Tinubu. You know Shitty Man. You know Akpabiole. You know Akpabiole. You know your state governors. You know all the reps you have. Then suddenly, me where they tell you say, if you want pray, go orioke, ko losorioke, ko sheunti. Orioke olorun kole, Lekiti. Go to all those, go to Olumoroki, go and pray to heaven to come and change your life. Ashiere. Gather all your pastors and do all the national prayer for Nigeria. Then you will realize that we reload. See, they say if you try to do same thing, if you are doing same thing again and again, same thing again and again, and you are expecting a different result, we reload share. Because even if you go out there, you say, look at this weird, look at this madman. You see a madman, you say, look at this madman. The madman will look at you and say, who is this madman calling me a madman? Now people go to the street, go call the differentiate. Who mad between the two of you? You can't put thieves in charge of your government and then believe that they're going to kind of like some miracle. Just show why meaning. So you can turn around and say, now this man no want Nigeria to work. Now this man will be this and that. If it makes you sleep well at night, mommy, believe believe very soon. Like those who once believed that Bokwari had this surprise under his sleeve that is going to come and do and fix Nigeria. But rather, look at Nigeria today, drenched in poverty. To the point that criminals have now taken over. No shame anymore. No shame. They are going to appoint another criminal as EFCC chairman. They are going to appoint criminals as ICPC chairman. They're going to bring in all your other thieves from your state as ministers. They're going to share position to other criminals. Everybody, the lootocracy that you've never seen before. You are going to be celebrating. They said they want to create a 5 million job. Yes, President Kolu signed job employment law. Yes. Tinubu have signed a law that they must create 5 million jobs for youths. That's the change we voted for. Tinubu have signed a law that all the Boko Haram terrorists, they must vacate Nigeria with immediate effect. Yes, that's the person who voted for Inyashiri. When the whole drama will begin, then you will now turn around and begin to accuse us of hating Nigeria. That is why things are not working. It's because we don't like him. That's why we are. It's because we don't see anything good in him. Ni kure láàrin èmi àti yín, láàrin èmi àti yín, ìjà wa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ni. See, for 8 years, right? I told the Buhari Danes, the Buhari Diderins, the Buhari Denotus, the Buhari Dijatus, the Buhari Shukus, the Ngozi Aris, the Uneka Aris. Their uncles and aunties abroad, the Mumadus, the Bele lecturers, the Mumu lecturers. I told them, I said, you can continue to wait. Even if you fail to have shame, Bokwari and gang, no me. Because if they do what they say they would do for you, even personally, I would say, man, well, that makes sense. Because if you stay safe, my families are there and everybody is there too. I've got friends. They could be victim anytime. A family of mine became a victim of this kidnapping. He didn't go to Zamfara. He was not there in Borono. Are you with me? He was just traveling from between Ijebu and Ibadan. Ijebu to Ibadan. Something that 2,000 naira fuel will take him to and fro. We ended up having to part with over 3 million naira after they have already threatened to kill him and all of that. In Yoruba land, there are many families who have paid ransom to terrorists. So if they keep to their word and they keep you safe, my family is safe. Your family is safe. It is not a competition. That's why I told you. Politics is not a game. But you wearies, it's a game to you. And some people must learn how to play the game, thinking you are part of the game. You think you are part of the game and you Lagos Abobaku. You are not. You are actually the pawn on their chess table. Now, on a life, they play the game. Somebody said that, Mayegun, you don't need to be talking like, stop talking like, abusing people. Yeah, Yoruba. Because most of them are Yoruba TikTok, because I know those I'm talking to. Blue. Tell somebody, ask your neighbor to tell you the meaning. But anyway, let's go back to that where they are putting all the demo and all of that together. Are you with me? It's okay. Then Akpabiole also resigned. Okay, he resigned, and because he's now the chief of staff, very powerful. Now, if anybody want to see Tinubu, without Akpabiole, you cannot see Tinubu. Yes, that is a statement of fact. But we'll get to that. Let's go back to where they were doing their. Okay, I'm going to take you to Akpabiole's part now. When Akpabiole got confirmed.
The Federal Republic of Nigeria.
9. Absent, nil. Abstain, nil. Abdul Aziz Yari scored 46 votes. Godswill Akpabio scored 63 votes. Therefore, Senator-elect Godswill Akpabio, who has received the highest number of votes, is hereby declared and returned President of the Senate.
I was like, yeah. Obedi, let's go. And when they got there, I was like, see the drama, the clowns that are the Senator Akpabio deserve it. Senator Akpabio has experience. Senator Akpabio is loyal. Senator Akpabio is one of the thieves from PDP who left PDP in 2018 when EFCC was dragging him for stealing over 200 billion naira from the people of Akwa Ibom State. He said his enemies were at work, and they told him if he wanted all of that to go away, he should join the APC, and he did. He joined the APC. So in 2019, even though he was a senator from Akwa Ibom in the Nigerian Senate, so when he joined the APC, he lost. And this Keneridino, this clown, was mocking him then, if you remember. A flashback.
To Godswill Akpabiole, that as a retired senator who is not going to be with us in the 9th Assembly, you should also continue or start to do those things that will continue, that will propel the prosperity of this country. Akpabiole, I will miss you in the 9th Senate, but we will definitely meet on the streets of Abuja. I thank you very much, my colleagues. The battle to salvage this country is not a battle of no return to Godswill Akpabiole.
Yeah, that video was trending. Because Akpabiole is now the Senate president. I must see this life. In this life, you must know how to play your politics very well. That is the poor man that is going to be the victim of what is still cooking. A lot of you are going to be the victim of what is cooking. I'm going to be here. I'm going to remind you. You are all going to come here. You are going to come here to come and curse Tinubu, curse APC, like you cursed Bokwari. You can see it. Are you with me? You see that weary that is, you see that voice, that weary voice where they talk for that your head. Where they tell you, say, what if they now turn out good? What if God now use them? That mad voice where they tell you that one. Now the same weary voice where they speak in the end of the Buhari idiots for 8 years. Until Bokwari left, they were still waiting that what if Bokwari change? What if Bokwari now change Nigeria? What if Bokwari now fix Nigeria? Now Bokwari is gone. Now that same weary voice dey your head. In case if you don't know, go and see your doctor, Otini Mentor. In case if you don't know him, so those who once stood there for Bokwari.
Less than 24 hours after President Bola Tinubu signed the student loans bill into law, members of the National Association of Nigerian Students, NANS, led by the president, Umaru Barandu, were at the State House, Abuja, to show their appreciation to the president.
Thank you very much. Please have your seat.
The Student Loan Act will provide easy access to higher education for indigent Nigerians.
Oshi said something just interrupted me there, and I quickly had to fix that. So let's go back to Akpabiole. Now, come on, the newly elected Senate president, a thief.
Most of it were ex-tempo because of the fact that you couldn't have had a written speech because you didn't know where the outcome of the election will tilt to. Yeah, I mean, when you are contesting against a strong man like Senator Yari, I was referring to you that you probably had a written speech. Me, I did not have because I wanted to know where the outcome of the election will tilt to. Did you get did you have a written speech when you came? You had a written speech? No, I didn't ask Senator Abu. I did not ask you. I asked my brother, Senator Yari. So you did not, you see? So Senator Abdulaziz Yari did not have a written speech, so because he did not know where it would tilt to. And until yesterday, we did not even know the number of people that were going to contest. Because while we were running around, even Senator Isonaso was also running around, and I think the only person that withdrew was Senator Omaye. Then one of our other colleagues here was also, in fact, we were about 6 or 7 running around, so there was total confusion. Until we got to chambers yesterday, that was when the race was reduced to 2. Even the people running for Deputy Senate President were about 5. Until we got to chambers yesterday, that was when distinguished Senator Jibrin Barao went unopposed. So I doubt if you had a written speech. You did not. Even when you were going to talk to your constituents, because you didn't know whether you would win. And you did not even know you were going to go unopposed. So, Senator Abdulaziz Yare, Echi, you didn't have a written speech because you were not sure you win contesting against an uncommon transformer like me.
That's it. And that's exactly what they do inside that place, okay? How are you today? Okay, order. That's what they do there. And then they falsify and, change figures of your budgets, okay? Where they actually really cash their fraudulent checks. These guys are billionaires. They have no business, no enterprise or nothing. They've been in government since 1999. And it is like a massive... Let's go there again, please.
Daddy, our heart is full of joy. And please send me the addresses of wherever you are doing your receptions. I want to go around one by one to celebrate with you. And I wish your families a blessed journey back home without any incident of accident. Congratulations and welcome to the uncommon 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Right now, may I now invite the Deputy Senate President of the 10th Senate of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, distinguished Senator Jibril Barrow, who was returned unopposed while I went through a very difficult situation. To now move a motion for the adjournment of today's proceedings. Distinguished Senator Barrow.
Thank you, our uncommon Senate President.
And there is also another scenario at the session, because that's it started. Tinubu have already sacked the EFCC chairman. And from what we know, they said that, somebody being penned down is a northerner. Yeah, a northerner called Buhari. I'm sorry, I'm just giving you a tip that is quite so in pieces, right? Yeah, they've removed the EFCC chairman. Somebody said now they will make Ibori the EFCC chairman. Abba. It may not be that bad. Imagine making Ibori the EFCC chairman. Well, I won't be surprised anyway. Or maybe then say Ibori should bring the EFCC chairman. So Ibori nominate the EFCC chairman and the ICPC chairman, and the whole scenario is complete. So they have somebody they're going to bring in, and it's going to be a northerner, okay? But here is another episode inside the Senate chamber after their uncommon Senate President, Akpabiole.
The clerk, please not delete that part. Yes, Senator Jimmy Kuta. Use your...
Mr. President, deleting that paragraph will affect me because I am awaiting in-law, because I think I'm the only single here. So please, they should leave it. Thank you, Mr. President.
Senator Juguta, I rule you out of order. Yes, distinguished Senator Obey.
Thank you, Mr. President. My name is Senator Victor Ume, OFR. I represent the good people of Anambra Central Senatorial Districts.
Mr. President, page 10, just a minor correction. I am humbled to be so honored by my colleagues. No, there's a place the word used, crowd, the spelling was wrong. Since it's just a correction, it should be C-R-O-W-D. There's no E in the crowd. Thank you very much.
The clerk, you can imagine the hurry because we just finished late yesterday, and so the secretariat will take care of it, but noted. So we look at that, page 11.
So they've started their business, and going forward, they need to go and pay a thank you visit. So the man who has made a thief the Senate President of Nigeria. Go and pay homage, or else while I go start earlier. And that's why they went on there. And when you look at this picture, you have everything you need to know about what is coming to you, Nigerians. I mean, you can have an idea, even if you don't have the full picture. Right? You see that far left, that is Gandola, Babariga Mobile Banking CEO. Currently, the video of Gandola collecting dollar money as a kickback from the road contract or project contract he awarded as governor in Kano State. Gandola, that guy at the far left, beside Devour, behind them is Oshiomole. You can see Oshiomole behind Gandola. You see Sonwoiku next to Devour. That's Akpabiole. That's Tinubu. Yeah. The other one is Hopeless Uzodingba or Hopeless Uzodijo, the far right. Next to him is Akume. They are all candidates of EFCC. So the squadron, that's that. That's not the full squad, though, but at least you saw that, Abby. So you can have an idea. That should tell you what is coming. Oshiomole is now a senator, by the way. So it's going to be inside that Senate chamber too. Don't be surprised. He's also from South Abi. Akpabiole, the impeachment of Akpabiole or the setting up of Akpabiole to remove him later, may pop up as long as Oshiomole is also inside that place. Don't quote me. I'm just giving you some signal of things that you can likely come across later. So yeah, they've removed the EFCC chairman because the EFCC was investigating Bola Ahmed Adekunle Tinubu. Baba, she Tinubu is Kunle. Let's be honest. How many of you know say Tinubu deje onje Kunle Adekunle? Sure, you know say Tinubu deje Adekunle. Anyway, no matter anyway. So more live on. Now in 2020, yeah, this EFCC of Bokwari, they were investigating. They were investigating Tinubu, and somehow the investigation had to die for Kolu to be president. Now the young boy Bawa, a thief, he's also a thief. This one too is a thief. This young boy, because I deal older than him, and I'm not jealous in him, okay? He's a criminal. And that's the problem. You don't jealous criminals, because anything they have is not their own. They stole it. They steal the money. Everything you see with thieves is not theirs. If you see them in a Ferrari, in a private jet, and it's not their money. They are thieves. Ordinarily, they cannot afford all of that. Mayegun EFCC chairman. How can you say EFCC chairman cannot show show wine? When I'm talking like that, like one-on-one, if I did talk like this, and some of you did my side, I can't talk, you can't throw in that nonsense and say, Baba EFCC chairman now, what do you expect? Show share, show wine. Who is EFCC chairman? Alone salary EFCC chairman. He's a thief. So currently, he will be arrested. They should arrest him too. It's just a drug baron. They arrested thieves. Now the new word, where will they be that now? Are you with me? Make the shot they cancel themselves. This young boy, he has this. I heard that he has 2 wives. Okay. Now there's nothing wrong in having 2 wives if you can take care of them and afford. Okay, for those who want that. This guy is accused of, confiscating the proceeds of corruption that they are chasing, the fraudsters, they are taking their properties. This guy, like his predecessor, they are like cornering all this. He's so rich, yeah, that he has already bought 2 houses for his own family, 2 wives in his wife in Dubai. Yeah, they said this last Shena Umura. Which one be Umura? You know, Shati Losi Umura. We don't go Umura, come back. Abi, we see they go. Which one you did? We went to Mecca, to Saudi. Umura Hajj. This guy packed his mom, his dad, their extended family, his wives, their children, his brothers, and all of that. He packed them, right, in a one single chartered private jet for that Hajj. I'm telling you, this is a fact. It's not a made up. They will arrest him soon too. You will read about. They will expose themselves. Me, I will come back and tell you. Say, I not tell you they be thief. Do you see how you waste your time expecting thieves to do the right thing? They will never do it. So he's been accused of that, right? Just like Gandola, the governor of Kano, who was giving contract to people, and they were inflating contract price so that he could collect a kickback in dollars. This guy collected over $120 million bribe. But he got to a city, they had to cover him and record him. So he got caught when he was talking the dollars into his Babariga Agbada. Here you get. You know what happened? They said the guy that recorded him, the journalist that released that video to all of us, for all of us to see, now that journalist committed crime because he recorded the governor without his consent or more. The State House of Assembly said they cleared him. He did nothing wrong because that video was obtained illegally. A thief has rights more than the citizens. The next day, no stop there. The State Assembly ordered the arrest of that journalist that released that video. They arrested the journalist. They put him in jail. The journalist is going to defend until the journalist have to write apology letter to Gandola, that thief. He wrote apology letter. I'm so sorry, Your Excellency, for embarrassing you. I apologize for everything that happened. And then that's when they allowed the journalist to go. Now, the criminals, they gather, so they look for appointment to come and fix your life. Oh. And you lori daughter, alaye baje. Ori daughter, aye baje. Wọ́n ní kojú fọ́, KTD, kálàfíà ṣàtiwà. Irú àlàáfíà wo nìyẹn? Sorry if you don't understand Yoruba. Now, so they use some of this analogy and all that. You are looking at thieves, daylight robbers, and you are telling yourself that God can use anybody. If God could make a donkey to talk, you did there when donkey talk. 2023, you did tell yourself, say you did see thieves. You did tell yourself, say God will touch them because God touched one donkey for somewhere when they talk. So that say, okay, God can touch them. When you dey blind, you no get eyes. You don't dey blind, you don't deaf. Deaf and dumb, blind. They can't talk, say, as long as you are healthy. About which can health be healthy? Which can be healthy be that? Go do for KTD. Kalafia shatiwa. Which alafia is that? That's what I'm saying. So you can't give your country to thieves and then turn to God to help you touch them so that they can do good. We alone share. Boomio, see, no be to the people you see, you are free. You don't see now your phone you get there. Now my own microphone I get here. Use your phone to abuse me. 8 years now, so some of you Lori Brukus abused me. And for that 8 years, you are waiting for one single win. One single win. That's what you can say. At least you have one win in your life under Bokwari. At the end of the day, it's gone. Like the thieves that came in the night. The thieves came to do 3 things: to steal, to kill, and to destroy. That's exactly what APC Egbekegbe represents. I really do pray for you to have a win. Something you can use to say, "My Egun, I told you," and I can say, "Oh, man, God is good, oh." You can dream on. So So that is how me idea operates. Okay, a country whereby the total money the total money they wanted to spend on education, as well as healthcare. If you combine them together, the money they budgeted for street lights is more than the money they budgeted for education. Which kind of the budget for street lights